Yeah, we should, that's why when it says, whosoever shall save his life shall lose it, because, and here in this world, they push the philosophies, try to, be successful, try to get, married, or get, a good career.
All coonery.
Yeah, all carnal stuff, coonery stuff, This is all about, what? I don't care about any of these worldly goals. I care about, serving the Lord and salvation, and with any do whatever you gotta take to seek that.
Exactly. So the first thing we're going to talk about on that level, real quick, is the FRN.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said, can you get that one for me?
I'm still but I'll continue down to 26.
Yeah.
For what is a man profit if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Go ahead, break it down.
Yeah. So pretty much, what is it to you to gain all this money or all this success? You're losing your soul. You're not going to seek salvation. The Lord's going to deal with the meek, the poor. You know what I'm saying?
Those fatherless.
The fatherless. Because all these distractions, money is just a distraction for you to forget about the Lord.
And that's plain. That's plain. Go ahead, bring it out.
And you can't serve two masters.
Okay. It says that.
It's scripture.
You know what I'm saying? Only you can serve one.
Yeah.
All right. I have the thing that you're looking for. This Mark 10, verse 17. As Yahushua was starting out of his way to Jerusalem, a man came running up to him, knelt down, and asked, "Good teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?"
Mm-hmm.
Verse 18. Why do you call me good? Yahushua asked. Only the Most High is good. But to answer your question, you know the commandment: you must not murder, you must not commit adultery, you must not steal, you must not testify falsely, you must not cheat anyone, honor your father and mother. Verse 20, teacher, the man replied, I have obeyed all these commandments since I was young. Verse 21, looking at the man, Yahushua felt genuine love for him. There is still one thing you haven't done, he told him. Go and sell all your possession and give the money to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come follow me. Verse 22, at this the man's face fell, and he went away sad, for he had many possession. Verse 23, Yahushua looked around and said to his disciple, how hard it is for the rich to enter the kingdom of the Most High. This amazed them, but Yahushua said again, dear children, it is very hard to enter the kingdom of the Most High. In fact, it is easier for a camel to go through the eyes of a needle than for a rich man or a rich person to enter the kingdom of the Most High.
And that's dealing with the FRN.
It's on Mark 10 verse 17.
That's dealing with the FRN right there. Because, like, we know most Jake, and we can attest to it because of the unicorn. You see Jake praying the money. You got Brother Polite doing it. You got Mayweather doing it. You got other Jakes that do it.
You got rappers,
movie actors, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They put that first instead of putting the king of all kings first, man. So Yahushua, he didn't look at the rich man and say, hey man, you're a cool looking man. You know what I'm saying? You want to get in? Go ahead, man, get on in. Come on with us. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he said, yo, for me to let you inside the kingdom of heaven, you got to give up the worldly things. If somebody can give me Malachi 4:1, where it says that this place is going to burn with fervent heat. Is that right?
Malachi 4:1.
Yeah.
For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly, shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
So we know that's talking about Esau first and foremost, but that's going to happen to our people too, man.
Yeah.
It's going to happen because they thoughts are not single towards the Most High and His Son, man. See, when we talk about redemption, we ain't talking about buying a plane ticket and going flying off somewhere, man. You get what I'm saying? Because I think that's how the carnal-minded Jake thinks of it. It's going to be a way out for me. You know what I'm saying? And the way out is through my funds that I got in my FRN account. You see what I'm saying? But it's not working like that, man. just like the scripture just said, everything is going to be burned up with fervent heat, okay? Just like in the oven, man. That means that Benz that you got, that means that mansion, that means all the millions of dollars that you have, that means your baby boo, that means your babies, that means your big damn ass dogs, whatever you got, man, that shit's going to get burned up.
And that just shows that even these people with all that money that's, you know, high stature here in the world, they're going to be brought low.
Brought low. Because it said, yea, the proud, and those that do wickedly.
Yeah.
All right?
You got something?
Yeah, I got Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And that's just the missiles. That's the fire. Once the ICBM missiles hit this place, they're gonna be burning. These people, like the Lord's coming with like a thief in the night, and these guys, the proud, the high and mighty, the wicked, they're gonna burn. You know, it's gonna be a slow, painful death. The Lord's gonna keep their soul in there so they can feel every, you know, inch of their body burning. You know? Yeah, but that's fire is a cleaning agent or a purifying agent. You know what I'm saying? It's a purifying agent. So, you know, that's the judgment.
All right, let me go back here. Isaiah 66 verse 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will come with fire and with his chariot like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flame of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord play with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
So the slain of the Lord shall be many. That means heathens, okay, natural Gentiles. And then you got the 2/3 of Israel, which are the Israelite, I don't know, Gentiles, I would say.
Yeah, because they don't know.
They're
They're
still strangers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They're pretty much heathens if you think about it.
Yeah. That's why, you know, we got the other verse that says the Gentiles shall be joined on to us. You know what I'm saying? And those are the ones that's coming out of the darkness right now, man, because they're coming towards the lights that's burning, the candles, man, which are the men of the Lord through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because ultimately we know that Yahweh is that last light burning. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's happening, man. Like the Gentiles, that's foreigners of Israel, drawn to the fire like moths. You see what I'm saying? So they're coming forth right now, man. And it's still people out there that don't believe in the Israelite foreigners of Israel. You know, they still blocked by that, man. You know, maybe they need to start teaching that, because Cornelius is an Israelite. Maybe that'll unlock their brain a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Or the Ethiopian eunuch was an Israelite. You see what I'm saying? And most people think, because he's a eunuch, think that his rod was chopped off, but that's not the type of eunuch that it's talking about. All right?
I just got a precept to back you up, just a precept about the Israelite foreigners, because you got to remember, all nation was scattered from the fourth corner of the world, you know. So all people gonna look like Arab, Ethiopian, you know what I mean, white. I know, like all the heat.
It's gonna be a parade, man.
Yeah. Isaiah 11 verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his head again the second time, you know, to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, from Egypt, and from Patros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the island of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nation, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the spirit of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So
that was plain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what's happening now is, you know, the spiritual level has been risen because of this time frame that we're in, man. You know?
Yeah.
It's getting it's not getting faster, but brothers are more diligent. You see what I'm saying? Brothers are more in tune now. It's a different vibration after this eclipse, man. It's going to show who's serious and who's not serious. There's going to be a whole lot of sifting going on, you know, through the spirit, man. You can tell that that's what's getting ready to happen, man. Because the elect has to be sealed. It has to be. Alright? This ain't no game no more because, like I said, when I heard about the microchip, if that happened, okay, and there's no more looking in the world like, well, is that a prophecy or is that true? What is that in the Bible?
It's automatic.
It's automatic now because that microchip prophecy is in him, man. And I watched a video of the dude that created the microchip, and he didn't even know that he was making what was in the scriptures. And he said, I read it. And he said, it didn't dawn on me at that time.
That's how you know the Most High is really controlling everything.
He said, it didn't appear that that's what we were making. They said it was for cattle. And he said, all of a sudden, now they're talking about it's for people. So he said, when I created it, he said, I didn't think that it was going to be put in people because he said it was flat at first. But then he said we came up with an idea to make it cylinder shape. And I was like, wow. He said, I didn't have any idea that the Lord was forming that. Because now he's going around saying that he's a pastor now.
Oh,
you see?
So
that's the power.
That's the power.
Yeah.
You know, just like it says in I think it's Isaiah 58, how he controlled. You know, he made the waster. You know, made them. He put the energy into that coal and you know that spirit into them to create the
somebody get that. You got that?
I got Daniel 4:17.
Go ahead.
This matter is by Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the Holy One, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and give it to whomsoever it will, instead of over it the business of men.
Yeah. So he gives this knowledge to whomever he will. You know what I'm saying? And he also gives people ideas of destruction. And you know who he predominantly gives people that the birthright was given to be destroyers, which is Esau, Edom. Okay? That was the first one. Cain, since the beginning. And then when he came out with Jacob, got turned into Esau. Alright? So that's the reincarnation of Cain. It's Esau. Alright? Because Cain and Abel were brothers. So Jacob and Esau are brothers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it can't get no plainer. I mean, to people that's new, you know, you read, and then you'll get involved more with the scriptures. Like Elder Gabar said, you got to make this your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to make this your main squeeze, so to speak, man.
That's what wisdom.
Be in love with it, man, because that's what it says in the Apocrypha. You know, Wisdom of Solomon. They tell you that. They tell you that the Most High gives wisdom to those that you know, ask him for it. And then he'll make her a change about the net, man. You know?
And it says that in Revelations, the first chapter, I think 1 and 3, it says, blessed is he that reads it, you know? And they that hear the words of prophecy.
That's it. You know? It's no other way to it. You know? This thing is the roof is about to blow off this mother effer. You know what I'm saying?
And it's only the elect, like, gearing up for it.
Man, we feel happy.
Yeah.
We not in a state of despair, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was speaking to somebody that's in the world, man, and she was saying that she don't watch the news. She said, I don't watch the news because I don't want to be in a panic and I don't want to be depressed and so on and so forth. And I said to her, I said, so you telling me being uninformed is more better than being informed? I said, don't you think being informed would stop the hysteria? So you wouldn't be running up and down the street and acting crazy? I said, I think being informed would stop that. But you know, I'm talking to a soulless, not a soulless woman, but an unwise body, which is a woman. You know what I'm saying?
And if you think about it, they're so lost. They don't really want to watch the news because they don't want this world to end. They're so comfortable with it. That's all they know.
And that's the only thing that kept on ringing in my head. Like, damn, they must really like this place. That they blind. Like, there was one video that brother Yashua put up, and you got these Edomites waving their flag, talking about we're all one, brother. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to fight against one another and everything like that. And the main thing that I could keep in my head is you gotta know your enemy, man. That's a trick that the enemy plays on you. We're all one. When the onslaught is too much for them to handle, okay, and they can see that they outnumbered 10 to 1, what's the first thing that somebody's gonna say? They're gonna say that to you. That we on the same side, man. Just to stop the onslaught from happening. So in that video, you got these coon-ass niggas giving hugs to these Edomites, man. After when you clearly seen in Charlottesville, they was whooping black people asses for no reason.
And the funny thing is, that whole the debate or knocking down the statue, that was Esau taking it down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And you see how they reacted? So, Jake got to wake up and realize, like you said, who their enemy is. Because race wars is happening. You can see the spirits out. The Lord's, once the Lord
put, in the air.
Yeah, once the Lord put that prophecy of the microchip coming in Babylon, then it's like the race wars is coming. Everything's, that solar eclipse. Everything's coming. The Lord's ready, ready to judge His place.
That's gonna be the part where we laugh at people calamities, man. Because I know when I was watching the Charlottesville demonstration.
The dude that got ran over?
Yeah, man. The dude that got ran over, the dude that got beat up inside the fucking parking lot. That shit was hilarious, man. There's no way in hell I'll be around that many crackers that got on fucking tactical gear, fucking waving Dixie flags, and they fucking got shields and sticks and shit like that, man. This man he has a just cause just to whoop your ass anytime he want to. He can kill people and get off the hook for it. And you telling me you gonna go try to march against that and confront that shit head on? The only reason why it didn't happen here in Boston, because they had one here on Saturday in Boston. The only reason why it didn't happen was because this is a city. This isn't a town, okay? So, the niggas was out there, man. All type of niggas was out there, So that little conformed group of little Edomites right there, the nationalist Edomites, you know what I'm saying? That wouldn't even fool. They would have got devoured, man.
Yeah.
You see, they had to come and put them in the paddy wagon and take them out of here. All right, because they were ready. Niggas were ready for that, man.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why that didn't happen here. But it's soon coming though, because these devils they gonna grow horns, man. And on the low they already have horns that's grown.
Yeah.
You had something?
I was gonna read the whole problem. Well, not the whole Proverbs, but a good amount. I'm gonna start Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without; she uttered her voice in the streets. And that's what we do. We out here on the highways and byways trying to wake our people up. And we giving them this wisdom, But it's up to you. It's up to the Lord to wake you up.
Yeah.
See, we teach repentance, like you said.
That's
the first thing that they have to do. They have to repent. They have to stop being in their pernicious ways, man. That's how we all came into the truth. I stopped being pernicious. I stopped doing the things that the Lord said, hey, don't do that, but do this that I'm telling you. For it's the way, it's the truth.
Yeah, because once you hear this word, you gotta examine yourself.
Yeah.
You can't. You gotta realize, like, okay, I've done this. I messed up. I gotta. And like you said, repentance. You gotta, go back to, ask for forgiveness and turn away from that.
Turn away. Never to be done again. The things that you can take hold of and not do again, because it is still a thing. We still sin because we regular men.
When this flesh,
Exactly. That's what I just wanted to say that, because I don't want a scoffer to see and then say, oh, they saying that they gods already. They don't do that stuff, they said. But we don't do the stuff that that's known.
Yeah.
All right, and a lot of times it's just our bodies that do the stuff that's, you know, of the flesh. You know.
The flesh is weak and the spirit is willing.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Even Apostle Paul says,
Exactly.
the thing that I do allow, you know, let me just
Yeah,
get it.
fine,
Let me
that.
just get it.
Go ahead.
Wait,
Read what you got.
Verse 21, she cried from the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates in the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorn. Fools hate knowledge. I mean, he's clearly only talking about Jacob. You know, you simple ones are still stuck in your folly, you're still stuck in your ways, don't want to hear wisdom, don't want to hear the ways of, you know, becoming royal, becoming royalty and going back to the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
You know,
Getting out of that slave mentality, getting out of that nigga spirit, you know what I'm saying?
and the Lord's insulting you, saying, you fools, you're fools, you hate knowledge, you know. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. The Lord's not, you know, showing his hands, you know, physically through the sky, putting out with big hands.
Exactly.
He's using the men of the Lord, the apostles on down from GMS, to preach the word and you know, to prophesy and wait and bid others to the marriage and wait the hopeful elect. But ye, I'm almost done. Hold on. But ye have set a knot all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes. And like we said, we were laughing at the brothers. That brother that got ran over in his Jordans.
Yeah.
The dude got beat up in the parking lot.
And I'm laughing.
Yeah.
The black bitch that got fucking hit.
Yeah.
All that shit, man. It's funny to me because there's no way in hell I would be involved in any madness of this world like that, man.
And you know that judgment is righteous.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's because they caught up in that, man. You know, and I'll read it after this, brother.
What do you have? Which one do you have?
I got Hosea. Hosea 4.
Okay, I have Romans 7 verse 18.
Yeah, go ahead and read that.
All right. Romans 7 verse 18. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. Romans 7 verse 18. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to for I know let me start over.
Yeah, start over.
For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present in me. I'm like the will is present with me. But how to perform that which is good, I find not. For the good that I would, I do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do. Now, if I do that, I would not. It is no more I that do it, but the sin that dwelleth in me. So basically, like the Apostle Paul said, man, because even Paul, Paul Yahushua instructed him, basically, just to give you like how good he was in the law and
he wanted him to be a leader.
Yeah.
Over the congregation.
So if Paul himself, he was in the flesh like us today, if him, who knew how to do certain things, was able to to be perfect in flesh, how we supposed to be perfect? We that's why the scripture said in the land of John Water we rehearse the righteous judges. So that's what we're doing. We're not perfect. We try to emulate Yahushua, because Yahushua left us an example to follow, and we try to do it as best as possible.
Right, and it also says a just man falleth 7 times. Like we expound on, we're in this flesh. We always have to constantly battle the flesh. But that's why it's important to, like you say, you examine yourself and you constantly praying, constantly asking for repentance. And those is the righteous will do that. Not continue like, I know I effed up, and I'm just going to continue to do whatever I do. You know what I'm saying?
So to back you up real quick, and then I'll read what I got. It's Matthew 5:48. And it says, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect." And that's what Paul was just saying that, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be perfect, you know, as the Father is. But he was just telling you the carnal side with the flesh.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
the
saying?
flesh, yeah.
So it's
in his spirit, he was perfect in his spirit.
exactly,
but in the flesh, he goes off. That's because we were men.
Yeah,
So,
you're a man.
yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and you gotta repent daily, man. You gotta ask for forgiveness
That's
daily.
right.
You know, we know the drill, man.
Yep.
These people that's watching through the unicorn, you know, and the brother, the sincere Archeum that just came in, man. Maybe the hopeful elect, you know, because that's what we hoping for too now these days, man. We want people to be sealed, man.
That's right.
If not us, then the brothers that need to be. Okay, that's first and foremost, man. Because we the hopeful elect, you know. So I'm gonna go to Hosea real quick. I'm just gonna read. I'll start at 1. All right, and then you can pick up where he was at. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. Okay? By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood touches blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Now we experienced all that, you know what I'm saying, on this continent right here. All right, through the hand of Esau. All right. Yet let no man strive nor reprove another, for this people are as they that strive with the priests. They fight against us. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, in the priest. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother, which is Jerusalem. All right. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, saying thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children. And that goes back to that first statement in the place where we're at right now. You know, we're not called by his name. We weren't called by his name. Now we got Israelites are back on the scene now. You know what I'm saying? In a major way, because the house of David is being built back up. But that's what I was saying, you know, that's for the lack of knowledge that our people have. They're going to suffer great calamities and destruction, man.
Back at Proverbs, first chapter, verse, I'll start again at 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me, and I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. And when I read that scripture, a couple months ago, I don't know if you guys seen it, but it went kind of viral. It was a policeman stopped these two people, and I think they were trying to rip the window down to get the person out. He was calling out Yahweh Bashem El Shai.
Yeah,
and he was crying out. But he must have been doing something wicked, or he was must have been tarrying, or you know, not listening or hearkening to the words.
Yeah.
He was just putting the Lord aside.
Or maybe he was an agent too, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, you know, when his fear came, he was calling on the Lord, but the Lord says, I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. And then to hate knowledge, that's the beginning of, you know, fearing the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So they hate that knowledge. They decide not to fear the Lord. You know?
And read up before you got to the whirlwind part. I'm gonna get you a precept on that.
You want me to read it again?
Yeah.
All right. I will, verse 26,